like as you're bringing a sin against somebody, as you're discussing a place in somebody's life where they've fallen short. There's a story in John chapter 8 about the woman caught in adultery, right? And the Pharisees all had stones to throw at her, and they were trying to get Jesus to help them, or actually they were trying to trap Jesus. But the interesting thing is the title of that story in your Bible probably has a little bold-faced title, and it says "Woman Caught in Adultery," right? Everybody's always ever seen that title. That title wasn't in the original language. Like that's something that man put there to give it like a header for that section. I think it should have been titled "Pharisees Caught with Stones."
Wow. Yeah.
Because that was really the point. Yes, the woman was wrong, and Jesus said, where are your accusers? And she goes, they've left, sir, and neither do I accuse you, but go and sin no more. Right? So there was a discipleship, like, look, don't do this anymore. But the idea, what Jesus wrote in the dirt about these guys, who knows what it was, but they all dropped their stones real quick. Whatever he wrote, man, they dropped their stones real quick and split. So when we approach somebody about their sin, let's make sure that yes, we're going to tell them not to sin anymore, but it's like, hey, I'm not condemning you, but we need to work on this. Let's do this together. It's not a stone throwing thing. This is a love thing. This is I care about you thing. I care about the flock thing. Let's get better at this thing, and we'll walk this out together. Let's not just take the dog out and stone them. Okay, that's something as an elder we need to be careful with that, because and the list of qualifications that you have on your table, all these verses are listed. They're not all listed on this PowerPoint, but there's a verse that an elder is supposed to be gentle. The elder is supposed to be at peace with other Christians. He's supposed to be kind to all. He's not supposed to be violent. Is there anybody that's violent here? Any violent people here? Raise your hand if you're violent. He's like, oh. Okay, well, we can work on that. Let's not be violent. Do not lord over those under you. Okay, now you've been given a position of authority. Do people under you feel like they're being lorded over? Or do they know you as a servant leader? Like just that, how does that work out with you? An elder is supposed to be an example of Christ. Christ washed the feet of the disciples, even though he had perfect authority over them, right? It says of the elder, the congregation is to consider the outcome of your conduct. My conduct as a pastor is on display for everybody. And my reputation, I'm inviting everybody who hears my voice as a pastor, everybody that I sit with, everybody to disciple, all the people under me in my volunteer roles or whatever, I'm inviting them to criticize or be critical about my conduct. And if they find conduct in me that's not right, then they shouldn't follow me. And that's one thing I love about Pastor Doug. I mean, like, him and I have different gifts, different styles of doing things. We do things differently. However, Pastor Doug's the same guy in a pastor's meeting as he is out in a basketball court, as he is in the pulpit. He sounds the same. He's the same guy no matter what context you meet him. And that's one thing I love about my pastor. You can tell he genuinely loves his wife. Him and his wife, they're always holding hands. They can't keep their hands off each other. That's amazing. Okay? That's an example of a man that I can follow. And so, as if a pastor ever goes sideways and they start not meeting these qualifications, I'm part of the congregation here that is to consider his conduct. I'm not going to place my family's discipleship in the hands of somebody can't even be qualified himself because he's not following the Bible in his own life. No. The person that I'm going to place my family's discipleship under is going to be a man of integrity and a man of the word. And so we should all expect that from the congregation as we step into an eldership role.